As more people across the country are getting vaccinated, there are still those who are hesitant to receive the COVID-19 vaccine. I'm Chris Warner. We'll talk with a couple of local experts and tell you what you need to know about the vaccine.
Joplin residents are kicking off St. Patrick's Day in a pretty big way. I'm Zach Dodge with why this year may feel a little more special. Coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Parts of the 4 states are under the gun for severe weather. This is KOAM News at 6. Let's go straight to Doug Heddy.
Yeah, we've been watching the thunderstorms rolling through over the past several hours. We are still under a tornado watch along and south of Interstate 44. First off, if you live in Kansas or Oklahoma, your severe weather is done. If you live in Missouri north of I-44, your severe weather is done. I really think Newton and McDonald County mainly done, but you can see a cluster of storms rolling through the metro right now. But these are just strong storms. We aren't seeing them severe. The severe ones a little bit farther east. We have a severe thunderstorm right across Lawrence County, and then we have a tornado warning, which is just north of Shell Knob. And spotter reports are that there is some damage, so this most likely has touched down, but this is in eastern parts of Berry County, moving northeast at about 30 miles per hour. So here's the good news, is here in about 20 or 30 minutes, all of our severe weather is going to be done from this system. Bad news is the rain sticks around, it gets colder tonight, and look at the snow that starts to move in. This is going to be a very heavy, wet snow, especially after 10 p.m., and it continues to snow through the overnight hours, rain-snow mix into tomorrow morning. So, of course, we're going to talk more about severe weather here in just a little bit, and then the snow moving in later on tonight.
Spring in the 4 states. Thanks, Doug. Storms early today left damage in parts of the area. We have reports of wind damage, and near Miami, Oklahoma, lightning damaged a home off Highway 137. The strike caused scorching under the roof and a blown transformer. As states continue to open up COVID vaccine phases, more people become eligible for the vaccine. But some people are hesitant to get the vaccine for a number of reasons. KOAM's Chris Warner has more on what you need to know.
Kobe Prater, the pharmacist and owner of Prater's Pharmacy in Webb City, says he's ready for Missouri to continue moving forward in its vaccination phases.
In our area, vaccine supply is beginning to outstrip demand. I think that's a good thing because it won't be near as difficult for people to get the vaccine that want to receive the vaccine.
However, he is running into some who aren't so sure about getting the vaccine.
I would say probably 25% are still a little more hesitant, but we always ask if there's any other questions before we vaccinate and make sure that they're completely informed.
Those hesitations have led the Crawford County Recovery Task Force to put out a survey.
We felt like we needed to ask more local questions and understand why people haven't been vaccinated yet. And sometimes it's just that they are not eligible yet and they're not jumping the line. And sometimes it might be that they have questions or concerns, and we wanted to better understand what those are.
We spoke with Dr. Eden Esquera, Mercy's infectious disease specialist, to help clear up some of the concerns regarding the vaccine. She says the most common concern is the vaccine was developed too quickly.
So many people were on the study, and more than usual what it takes to approve a vaccine. And that's the only reason why it was fast, because of the magnitude of this pandemic.
Another concern she's heard is the vaccine impacts fertility. She says that's not true.
First of all, the official recommendation of the OB and GYN group is that you take the vaccine. And that's a very strong statement when they come from these professional groups.
I'm Chris Warner for KOAM News.
To keep up on the latest vaccine phases in your area, just go to our website, koamnewsnow.com/vaccine. Brings us to today's KOAM News Now Insta poll. We're asking, are you concerned about the safety of COVID-19 vaccines? Your options: not at all, somewhat, or very concerned. You can participate in the Insta poll at koamnewsnow.com/vote or through the KOAM News Now mobile app. Results are updated live, and we're going to check in on them a little bit later in this broadcast. Still ahead, it's St. Patrick's Day. We're going to check in with Blackthorn Pizza and Pub in Joplin as they prepare for a night of safe celebration. And later, a former Gorilla has a new home in the NFL, and it's not going to make Chiefs fans happy. St. Patrick's Day looks a bit different than usual for many amid the pandemic, but some people at a Joplin pub feel like the holiday signifies a return to a time before the pandemic, even with safety guidelines. KOAM's Zach Dodge has that story.
Good times, beef stew, and lots of Guinness.
We got Guinness on 2 taps. We normally just have it on 1, but we pour a lot of Guinness.
Blackthorn Pizza and Pub started the day at 6 in the morning, filled with good food and drink and live music in the evening.
I wouldn't expect myself to be anywhere else except here.
I imagine after work we've partake in a few festivities and enjoy St. Patty's Day.
Owner Melanie Womble explains they're keeping things safe, though, requiring masks be worn when customers come in and go to the bar, and keeping tables spread out for social distancing.
And just kind of lower key. Usually we kind of do it up real big. I usually start planning about 6 months in advance, but 6 months ago we didn't know what exactly was going to be happening.
And last year, in 2020 style, the celebration was even smaller, with a reserved atmosphere and smaller crowd caused by the beginning of the pandemic. The day after, the pub shut down, quickly followed by state and local stay-at-home orders.
We lost a lot of food, and there was a lot of beer wasted, and a lot of beer wasted. But and I mean, we were closed for 2.5 months.
Everybody's really taking a beating, so I'm hoping that we can overcome this and start being a big happy community again.
And seeing customers enjoy drinks and each other's company makes Womble feel like we're starting to get back to that.
It just feels so much more normal than it has felt in over a year. So it just really, it's kind of nice just trying to get back into the swing of things, you know, not too much all at once, but yeah, just kind of slowly getting things back up to what they were.
In Joplin, Zach Dodge, KOAM News.
The owner of Blackthorn wants to remind everyone to stay safe and call a ride if they decide to partake in the celebration. Doug Hetty is up next with his complete forecast, and later a former Nevada basketball standout prepares to make his debut in the big dance.
Well, of course, it's been a crazy afternoon. We've had the showers, the thunderstorms. The thunderstorms actually rolled in late last night into the morning hours. Those packed a punch. We had some severe weather from those. Those were mainly hail and wind. Then we got a break, and then additional rounds of severe weather during the afternoon hours. So first off, we still have a tornado watch in effect. This is Newton County, McDonald County, even though I think you guys are done. Lawrence County and Berry County. And this is set to expire at 8, but I think it'll be out of here in 30 minutes. I know this looks like a tornado watch. This is actually a winter weather advisory, crazy enough, as we switch over to snow later on tonight. Current warnings, these are severe thunderstorm warnings. Lawrence County, northern parts of Berry County, eastern Berry, where you see the red, they still have a tornado warning in eastern parts of Berry County. Again, all this is going to be working out of here pretty soon, but you can still see showers and thunderstorms across Kansas, stretching back through Missouri. We're still going to get some more popping up in northeastern parts of Oklahoma. These are just strong, these aren't severe, so we don't have to worry about that. We still have the severe threat, mainly Lawrence and Berry County, over the next couple hours, or over the next 20 to 30 minutes. And then our severe threat's done, but we're going to continue to get showers and thunderstorms through the overnight hours tonight. Let's go ahead, zoom in. Pretty good swath of rain from Pittsburgh to Joplin, Carthage, and then this stretches eastern parts of Newton County. And then we still have a very intense cell, Lawrence County, so this is pushing through Mount Vernon. All these storms are moving northeast at about 30. Let's track a little farther south. Here's our tornado warning. Again, this is a good 15 miles northeast of Cassville and tracking northeast toward the Springfield metropolitan area, so heading away from us. Let's go into the future. Here's 9 p.m. Still pretty good swath of rain. But look at the pink starting to pop up. This is snow. This is going to switch over to snow. So in the pink, we're talking about a rain-snow mix. As we go through the overnight hours, here's midnight. This in the blue is all snow. It's going to be very heavy, wet snow, the real big fat flakes, but we're going to be sitting 35 to 40. So it's really going to have to come down at a pretty good clip to cause accumulations on the roadways. The grass is a different story. Bands of snow, here's 3 a.m., all the way into the morning hours. Here's 6 a.m., and then it will start to taper off 7, 8, 9 o'clock during the morning hours, and then we'll start to look a little bit better. Cloudy skies right now, of course, currently sitting at 48. Look at the winds, northwest at 24. Now that they are out of the northwest, our severe threat's done, so the cold front is already through. Monster storm system, look at the snow already starting to pick up in southeastern parts of Kansas. Huge severe weather outbreak, Alabama, Mississippi, all the way down through parts of Louisiana. So it's been kind of crazy across the entire four-state area and really southeastern parts of the country as well. But here's this system. It's going to pass through, and then things will start to at least look up as we head into the next couple days. Rainfall amounts for us tonight, a lot of areas, an additional ½ an inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch. Snowfall amounts, this is again mainly going to be on the grassy surfaces, but if it comes down hard enough, we could have some slick roads. I think a lot of areas are going to pick up 1, 2 isolated 3 inches of snow, which is kind of crazy after we're just dealing with tornado warnings. 42 tomorrow, morning rain and snow. 55 Friday. The weekend looks fantastic. Back into the 60s.
What a crazy mix of weather in the space of less than 24 hours.
That's how we do it around here.
In the spring, that's for sure. Thanks, Doug. Hey, now more than ever, it's important to stay ahead of the storm. You can do that with the KOAM Skywatch weather app. You can get the latest warnings, updates from the KOAM weather team, and check radar. And it doesn't cost a dime. The KOAM Skywatch weather app is available in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. The Area Agency on Aging is opening its senior centers in southwest Missouri. Starting on May 3rd, the agency says it'll have the soft opening for the centers in Barton County, Webb City, Carl Junction, Joplin, Neosho, and McDonald County. They say it's due to a decrease in COVID-19 cases in the region.
Some of our folks are like, yeah, we can't wait for you to open. And then there were some others like, well, I'm not sure I'm coming back when you do open. So we're getting both sides of that.
The center will hold activities like card games and bingo. They ask the visitors call ahead before coming in. Coming up in sports, John Brown finds a new home in the NFL. Plus, a former local standout gets his shot at the big dance. Danny Terzer has that story next.
For Honda.
John Brown, the former Pittsburgh State wide receiver, is entering a new chapter in his NFL career. John Brown is joining the Las Vegas Raiders on a one-year deal. Brown spent the last 2 seasons with the Buffalo Bills in the AFC East. His best year as a pro was in Buffalo in 2019, when he had 1,060 yards and 6 touchdowns. The Raiders will be Brown's 4th team in the NFL. Former Nevada high school basketball player Clay Gaiman will make a long-term dream come true this weekend, playing in the NCAA tournament. Sports director Jacob Leonard catches up with the former Tiger as he prepares for his shot at the big dance.
Former Nevada standout Clay Gaiman is about to get his chance to shine on the national stage.
Kid from the middle of nowhere starting to try to make a name for himself, so that's exactly what I'm trying to do.
Gaiman is a junior at Division I Abilene Christian. He and the Wildcats will play in the NCAA tournament on Saturday, facing Texas in the first round.
I always dreamed about playing in this kind of tournament since I was 12 years old, so knowing that I'll get a chance to put my name in the record books is something I've always dreamed about.
It's super cool. Our community's excited. His teammates, his former teammates, everybody will be tuning into that.
Gaiman was a 2-time All-State selection for Nevada High School and left as the program's all-time leading scorer.
Clay's not one of those kids that just expects things to be handed to him or expects good things to just happen. He knows that rent's due, and he's put that in, and he's paid his dues over the years and continues to do that. It's evident in the progression of his game.
The former Tiger is averaging 8 points and 3 rebounds per game for ACU this year. And while he's excited for the opportunity to be in the big dance, he won't be happy with just showing up on Saturday.
We're here to win games. We're not here to just vacation for a couple of days. We're here to win ball games. We're here to make a name for ourselves. So that's exactly what we plan on doing, and that's what drives us. We want to win. We want to keep going as far as we can.
Abilene Christian is the number 14 seed in the East Regional. The Wildcats face the 3rd-seeded Texas at 8:50 on Saturday night. The Seneca Indians have a new head football coach. The school approved Carthage offensive coordinator Cody Hilburn Tuesday night to be the leader of the program. Hilburn spent the last 10 years as an assistant at Carthage High School. He helped the Tigers win the Class 5 state championship in 2019, their first state title in program history. Hilburn is also a Seneca High School graduate. He says it was a tough decision to leave Carthage and that returning to his alma mater was just about the only program he'd say yes to.
It means a ton to come home. I think winning is always special, but whenever you're able to do it back home where you're from, I think it means that much more. Seneca is a community that truly cares about the football program, and that's something else that was big for me to come home to.
Hilburn takes over for Ryan McFarland at Seneca High School. McFarland accepted an assistant coaching position at Webb City earlier this offseason. That's a look at sports. We'll be back after this.
Take time now to honor a local veteran, Corporal Sam Barcelona. The Yarmouth, Kansas native served in the U.S. Army during World War II. And we are proud to salute Corporal Sam Barcelona. He's tonight's 4th state hero. We're going to check back now with our KOAM News Now Instapoll. Again, our question, are you concerned about the safety of COVID-19 vaccines? 64% say, no, not at all. 9% somewhat. The rest, 27%, say, yeah, actually, they're very concerned. This poll is now closed. Thanks for participating. Visitors at Pittsburgh's Meadowbrook Mall were treated to some traditional Irish music on this St. Patrick's Day. Group of musicians playing fiddle, guitar, tin whistles, harmonica, and drums set up at the mall today. Dennis Kavanaugh mans the tin whistle, but that's not his only talent.
My favorite thing, I play a tin whistle and a harmonica and tell a few stories, and as they say, I got a gift for the gab, or too much of the gab for some folks maybe, but anyway, that's what we have going on.
Got to have that gift for the gab. Jordan Albee joins us now with a look at what's coming up on our sister station, KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14.
Tonight at 9, you're going to learn about a combined tribal effort in this area to vaccinate anyone, tribal members or not. Plus, the next big effort from the Biden administration, taking care of the nation's ailing roads and bridges. And there could be higher taxes to pay for all this. And a new study looks at lowering social distancing requirements. That and much more coming away tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14.
Thanks, Jordan. Let's check back with Doug now for a final look at the weather.
Yeah, we still have showers and thunderstorms going on. We did get a confirmed tornado touchdown in eastern parts of Berry County. So we've had several tornado warnings. Now, most of the severe weather you can see is moving out of the viewing area. So our severe threat from this point on is pretty much done. Even though we still have the showers and thunderstorms going on, these are just going to be strong, heavy rainmakers. But look what's happening out toward Wichita. It's switching over to snow, and that's what we're going to see as we go through the overnight hours tonight. This is going to switch over to a very heavy, wet snow. We're going to be above freezing, but if it comes down hard enough, we could have some slick spots on the roads tomorrow morning, and I think a lot of areas are going to pick up 1 or 2 inches of snow. Lasting into tomorrow morning, a high of only 42, but the weekend looks good, back into the 60s.
We will have earned it by the weekend. Thanks, Doug, and thank you for joining us. We'll see you right back here for KOAM News at 10. In the meantime, let's take care of ourselves and each other.